Hey class, I hope everybody is doing well and everybody is staying safe and healthy. And just know that we'll get through this. Here's my presentation for chapter 11 and chapter 12. Chapter 11 is about violence, abuse, and neglect. Violence occurs in many settings. There's child abuse, there's intimate partner abuse, there's animal abuse, there's elder abuse, and there's also exposure to crime and violence within your community and your neighborhood. Let's take a look at elder abuse and neglect. There are different forms of elder abuse. They include neglect, self-neglect, which is the most common form of elder abuse, wherein a senior fails to take care of his or her own basic needs. Physical abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and financial, material abuse and exploitation. Also, there is animal abuse, which also includes neglect and animal hoarding, which is having too many animals that you can't properly take care of all the animals that you have. Some recognizable signs that animals might be victims of animal abuse or neglect are being outside without shelter on a very hot or very cold day, areas of missing fur, and the starving appearance. I know y'all all see those commercials on TV. They be like, for 25 cents, you can save an animal or sponsor an animal, and y'all know their appearances, they be looking very sick. That will be a sign that they're being neglected or abused. Now let's get to intimate partner violence, which was formerly known as domestic violence. Just know that this occurs in all types of partnerships. Rich, poor, gay, straight, black, or white. Everybody can be affected by intimate partner abuse. There is a cycle of violence that I wanted to talk about from this section. It involves phase 1, which is the escalation phase. This is when there is increased intensity, foreshadowing of violence to come. Phase 2 is the violent stage, which includes acute battering incidents, followed by phase 3, which is the honeymoon period. The batterer has apologized. It's the calming off period. And I just wanted you to note that there is no specific time limit or time emphasized on these periods. Sometimes a honeymoon period can last for years and years, and oftentimes people will say, well, why do they stay in that relationship? And oftentimes it's because the honeymoon phase, it lasts for years, and that person, that survivor, they'll be in a relationship for years and years without an incident of abuse or neglect, and then all of a sudden something will happen. Now let's talk about child maltreatment. Types of child maltreatment include physical abuse, abusive head trauma, sexual abuse, and psychological and emotional abuse. It's good to note that all of these survivors may experience PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, and includes a range of symptoms from nightmares and flashbacks to depression, anxiety,